Sweeps it across to the left-hand side for Raum. It's back to Neuer. 1, 2, 3 back to Raum, who's about 5 yards outside the box. He goes parallel to Rudiger. Back to Neuer. Raum once again on the left. In the defensive third for Germany on the left-hand side. Back to Neuer in his D. And now he goes to the right-hand side on the edge of the defensive third. Back to Neuer once again. Germany not rushing in these early stages. Maida just loitering around to see if he can try and hurry and hassle here, but he can't, and it's another 1-2 with Rudiger. And now Raum on the left-hand side for Germany. Looks up and chips this one down the left-hand side, but that's going to be comfortably headed away by Itakura. Helped on by Tanaka. And again swept away by Raum. And again it's the header won for Japan midway through their own half, and lofted forward looking for Maida. It's a bouncing ball, and Neuer on the edge of his box heads it down for Schlotterbeck. It's a neat ball through, looking for Musiala. Lots said about him today as he comes in to replace Leroy Sané. Tries to help it on to Kai Havertz, but it's a good slide challenge to push the ball away. But Germany's still in possession here, and they've managed to release it for Gnabry. He comes towards the edge of the box, gets to the edge, tries to feed it through, and it's a good foot away by Itakura to get that away for Japan. And now it's going to be a throw-in on the far side, level with the edge of the 18-yard line. It took Germany 90 seconds to get into the attacking third. How many times will do that in the 90 minutes? Throw-in taken short. It's a 1-2. Havertz will try and swing this in, and does. It's missed by the Japanese defender Yoshida. And Germany with the ball in the box, but they weren't expecting it, so they've gone backwards to go forwards. Here they are now just to the right of the 18-yard box. Oh, that's a lovely turn, but it doesn't work from Gnabry. And it's hoofed away, and it goes out just in front of the technical area on this near side for a German throw-in. So 2 minutes gone, goalless it remains. Rudiger takes the throw-in, and it's back with Neuer in his box. On the edge of the box, he sweeps it with his right foot to the left-hand side for Schlotterbeck. He goes all the way out to the touchline with Raum on the halfway line. Back to Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck playing it short. And it's Kimmich. Across to Rudiger. Rudiger with a big right boot to switch the play, and he's done it beautifully. Oh, he couldn't quite get there, though, on the far side. It was Kai Havertz, the man trying to take it down. It's a lovely ball across. He just couldn't quite stretch, and 20 yards from goal, Japan have a throw-in in their own half. Kai Havertz has drifted out left a lot for someone who's meant to be the lone centre-forward option. Throw-in won instantly back by Germany, headed down the line. And the two sides battle it out now, and neither can keep a foothold in possession, but there's a good ball here now from Japan for Maida. Can he get the better of Rudiger? No, he just gets the toe there first and wins the goal kick for Germany by basically trying to play it back to Neuer, and Maida slid down to block the back pass and put it out for a goal kick. It's taken inside the 6-yard box to Rudiger. Rudiger then plays it across to the 18-yard line for Schlotterbeck. Here's Raum. Across to Rudiger. To Sule on the right. Plays it forward as Germany get midway through their defensive half. And then the ball given away very needlessly, it has to be said, by Musiala. And there's a chance here for Ito to make some progress down the right-hand side, and does. And as he gets towards the box, puts the ball in, and it's turned behind for a corner. Gundogan, the man, getting there to block the danger. 4 minutes gone, goalless still. And that was poor from Musiala. He's in for Leroy Sané, who is out injured, which is a real shame for the Germans. He's had a very fruitful season so far in the Bundesliga, as the corner is delivered, and it's out swinging towards the 12-yard spot and headed away comfortably by the Germans, and it's out for a throw-in midway through the German half on the far side. Sakai goes across to take it. Five minutes gone now, still 0-0. Throws it into the box, it's touched down, but given away. And Rudiger eventually hooks that away left-footed. And Japan try and head the clearance back, and it goes out for a throw-in to the Germans, 25 yards from their own goal. Raum will take this. He's just waiting and assessing his options. His eyes darting around the pitch as he looks for somebody to play this to. It's thrown in field and chipped over. Gathered away again by Japan. Some head tennis over the halfway line. Rudiger's going to get there to break this up now, and does. And turns back to face his own goalkeeper. And he's under some pressure here, Neuer, but he does get it away ahead of Maida, only just. It was a risky back pass from Rudiger, but he felt confident in what he was doing. And Japan putting some good pressure on the Germans here. There's another throw-in on the near side as Muller tried to take the ball down. It is Germany's way. Thomas Müller could be Germany's top goal scorer in the World Cup if he has a decent campaign. He's only 3 away. Schlotterbeck released down the left-hand side. Comes in field and plays it to Gundogan. He goes across to Sule. It's a nice one too, and they looks to play in Kai Havertz. He might get there, Havertz, actually, and he has done. Incredible afterburners for him to get there, and he just manages to turn it away from going out for a goal kick and puts it out for a Japan throw-in. But I didn't back him to get there at all. The defender was a good 5-10 yards closer to the ball. But he managed to get there. Now Nagatomo will take the throw-in deep by the corner flag here for Japan. It's flicked on by Kamada, but Germany putting the pressure on, and Japan struggling to get it away from their defensive third here. There's a ball looped up into the air, taken down by Kimmich for Germany, and now Gundogan twists and turns, and then he's dispossessed. He's taken off his toes, and now here comes Japan. Kamada, he's got support on the right hand side with Aito. He's used it. Maida's in the middle. He's played in. Maida 1-on-1 back of the net. I think the flag will go up, and does. He looked offside when the ball was played. I was watching the run of Maida because it was clear what Japan were trying to do. They played it out wide to Aito. He was always going to swing that in. And I watched the run of Maida, and for me, he was 2 yards offside when the ball is played. He wanted it played sooner, but he just needed to take a little bit of pace off the run, bend his run slightly. He didn't need to be offside there, but it's a really good move from Japan. Gundogan caught in possession, and Maida, yeah, definitely offside, clearly offside. And I would say a let-off for Germany. It was obvious offside, but nonetheless, he could have scored that and stayed onside. So it is a let-off for Germany. And Gundogan in particular will be a very relieved man. Maida just doesn't curve his run very well. He's not been very good at that at Celtic this season either. Just curving the run a little bit. He's been straying offside quite a lot. He was out of favour at one point. Germany getting us back underway. So 8 minutes gone. We have had a goal. It's ruled out for a clear offside. So goalless it remains. And again, Germany dispossessed on the halfway line on the right-hand side. This time Gundogan picks up the loose ball, plays it back to Schlotterbeck. And Germany will take a second here just to regroup and refocus. But Japan here with a really energetic press in the middle of the park. And they've done it again here. It's going to go out for a Germany throw. But once again, caught in possession. Tanaka this time in against Sule. Germany let off because it did go out for a throw-in, but that's 3 in the space of 2 minutes where they've just had the ball taken off them. Too slow to react. Here's Schlotterbeck, goes to the left-hand side for Raum on the touchline. Plays it back to Rudiger, who's right in the middle of the Germany half. He goes to his right-hand side to Sule. Now on the touchline on the right. It's a 1-2. Nicely played from Muller. Gundogan with a poorly executed ball to the left-hand side. He has managed to win a throw-in, though. I say he won the throw. Raum was the one that aerial battled against his Japanese counterparts. And it's a German throw-in. It's thrown backwards to Kimmich. He goes to the left touchline midway through the Japan half before it's turned back to Raum once again. Here's Schlotterbeck now. Across to Neuer, who's come out of his box. And Schlotterbeck on the left-hand side of Germany's half. Goes into the middle with Rudiger. Rudiger puts his foot on the ball, then plays it short to his right to Sule, back to Rudiger, who's still in the middle of the German half. And now Schlotterbeck on the left-hand side. Raum's advanced down the left. He switches the play to the right. There's too much on that, though, and Gnabry, unless he was 3 foot taller, won't be able to take that down. It's out for a throw-in to Japan. It's 20 yards from their goal line. And Nagatomo with the ball in hand. No rush to take this, though. He's got the ball by his waist at the moment. Now spins it on his palm, holds it above his head, gives some instructions, and throws it short. It's flicked forward for Aito to try and take down, but he can't. And now Germany back in possession. Here's Kimmich. He's being held off by Maida. Plays it short to Gundogan. It's now back with Schlotterbeck and Rudiger, either side of the halfway centre circle. Out to Sule on the right, and now back to the edge of the centre circle with Rudiger once more. He plays it in short to Gundogan. Back to the centre spot, this time with Rudiger. Now Schlotterbeck on the left. Goes round Maida, then plays it to the left-hand side for Raum. Raum plays it infield to Gundogan. Gundogan's got options left and right. Tries to go around Tanaka and does. Plays it to the left, and now it's a low ball in. Diving header away comfortably by Itakura. And now Japan once again can break here on a counter-attack. Here's Aito on the right. Tries to split the defence with the ball. It's cleared away. Kimmich now drops it to the left-hand side to Raum. Back to Schlotterbeck. Kimmich again. He's on the halfway line on the left-hand side. He's coming across the field for Germany. Then drops it to Rudiger. Rudiger then plays it back where it came from, to the left-hand side of the centre circle. Schlotterbeck down the left. Oh, it's a lovely ball. And Germany might have a chance here. There's some twisting and turning on the edge of the box as they look to try and get it in. They might win a corner. It's hooked away just in time by Japan and will be a German throw-in. But there was a chance there for Musiala. Probably should have crossed that in earlier. I think he overplayed the ball a little bit there. Throw-in's taken and goes back down the line for Germany. It's played into the middle of Japan's half here for Kimmich. He goes to the left-hand side to Raum. It's Schlotterbeck now. Played forward to Musiala. Again goes backwards, and again some good pressure from Japan, and they win the ball back. But the clearance to the right-hand side is kept in play here by Gnabry. And we're about 10 yards inside the Japan half. Rudiger now in the centre circle. Schlotterbeck on the left. Midway through the Japanese half, it's Kimmich. 1-2 with Schlotterbeck. Nice overlapping run on the left from Raum, but he can't quite get there. Cleared away relatively comfortably there by Sakai. And then a long clearance forward will be seen back comfortably to Neuer in his D by Rudiger. First touch ball out to Sule on the right-hand side. 1-2 with Gnabry. Sule now just cuts in field. He's in the German half. Across to the edge of the centre circle with Gundogan. His ball is played forward, but he's put Kimmich under undue pressure there, so he's turned it back. First touch to Neuer. Now Schlotterbeck to Raum down the left-hand side, right on the touchline. Lovely ball chipped over the leg of the Japanese midfielder to release Musiala. Musiala now gets to the edge of the box. It's a 1-2 before he plays it back to Kimmich, 30 yards from goal. Goes for the shot, and it's a blocked slide challenge to turn the ball away. And Neuer decides to really pelt across to keep this in play, and he's just done so. It's midway through the German half on the far side, right on the touchline. Clearly Germany wants to play with some intensity here and not break the game up, which is partly the Japan plan, it's fair to say. Some good pressure though from the Japanese, particularly in the middle of the park, and some good blistering counter-attacks down the right-hand side through Aito. Germany with the better of possession though. Another ball given away loosely though. It's chipped over from Kimmich, looking to release Raum on the left. It's headed away, and Schlotterbeck picks it up on the touchline and turns it back to Neuer, who's just come out of his 18-yard line. And he plays it short to Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck across to Rudiger. Both in the middle of the German half, 5 feet apart, just passing it between each other. It's another one to Rudiger. He then turns with Maida on his back to play it to Neuer. Here's Gundogan. Into the Japan half, only briefly. It's now back with Rudiger in the centre circle in the German half. And he plays a lovely ball to the left-hand side for Raum. His touch is heavy, and then it's put out of play by Sakai. He's hurt himself as he cleared that one. He just got caught as he blocked the cross. There's no foul in there. He's just put himself in the way as Raum's trying to put this one into the box. It's brave defending there from Sakai. And an impact injury. He's back on his feet now. And it will be a German throw-in as we hit 15 minutes gone in this game. And it's about 12 yards from the byline. It's thrown to Havertz, who twists and tries to put the ball in low, and it's turned behind for a German corner. Germany looking to make amends, of course, after finishing bottom of their group in the last World Cup in 2018. They were the holders, of course, at the time as well. And there's been lots of comments from the German camp about taking inspiration from that and determination and making sure they make amends and put things right. And the corner was about to be taken, but there's a bit of holding there with Schlotterbeck and Endo. The referee just comes to break that up. They're both stood on the penalty spot. Sakai and Rudiger around them as well. And Kimmich will try to take this again and does this time, and it's floated into the edge of the 6-yard box. Rudiger with a big header just wide of the near post. He just hung in the air, that ball. But when you've got somebody with the physical presence of Rudiger, you know that you can put less pace on it because he's going to win that header anyway. All you're doing is making sure that he's got the time to direct it, and with such power behind his headers as well. And it's a really good effort. It's just wide of the bottom corner on this near side. The goalkeeper did well, though. He had it covered, I think, but he pulled his hand away at the last second, knowing that that's going to go out for a goal kick. It's taken short by the Japanese to Yoshida, the former Southampton captain. Applies his trade now in the Bundesliga, one of 8 Japanese players in this 26-man squad who play in Germany. Some head tennis from this goal kick on either side of the halfway line. It ultimately drops to Endo, turns it back to Yoshida, back to Gonda in the Japan goal. Chips it to the right-hand side, and it's headed on for Tanaka, but he loses out in the air. Ball won back there by Kamada, and he looks to try and feed in Maeda, but it's absolutely nowhere near him, and Neuer will pick this up right on the apex on the far side of his 18-yard box. It's played short, and now Rudiger turns it back to Neuer. Neuer on the edge of 18-yard line, plays it 5 feet forward to Rudiger. Typical German triangle here with him and Gundogan and Neuer. It's now played out to Sule on the right-hand side. Germany with 78% possession so far in this game. Here comes Schlotterbeck. In the German half on the left-hand side. Plays it forward and short to Gundogan. He turns it back to Rudiger. And now Sule. And again being held off well by Japan, and Muller has to run back to help him out here, and has done, as he tries to make progress down the right. Some good Japanese pressure, wins the ball back, but the referee says that's a free kick. It's certainly soft, if anything. And Kubo not impressed with that decision. 18 minutes gone, still goalless here. Rudiger with a header just wide a few moments ago. Japan with a goal ruled out for offside. Long ball forward here down the right-hand side. Gnabry keeps it in play in the box and plays it across, but it's cleared away comfortably by Japan. But he did well to get there, Gnabry. And now Havertz is penalised for a free kick. A foul, rather, leading to a free kick, I should say, for Japan. It's their 7th consecutive World Cup, Japan. They've reached the last 16 on 3 occasions, but they've never reached the quarter-finals. They say they want to make history. That's the plan this season, this tournament. Can they do it? It's a tough group. Free kick's taken. Germany win the ball back almost instantly. Here's Rudiger, right on the edge of the German defending third. It's now Sule, who's come in field a little bit. The German defence quite narrow at the moment. Gundogan back helping out though. He turns it out to the right-hand side for Sule. Into the middle for Kimmich. And his ball from the centre circle out to the left-hand side. And now Raum plays to the edge of the box. Lovely back heel on the D. There's a slide challenge in. Shot on goal, pushed away. Still a chance here for Germany. Volley over the bar. Now that, to me, looked like it could have been a free kick. And the flag does go up for offside in the end anyway. And VAR wouldn't get involved with it not being a penalty decision. But could that, if Germany had stopped play, I don't know, the referee didn't have time really to signal whether he was going to give advantage or not, but it's a lovely back heel. It's a great challenge. Just watched it back. That's a really good challenge. Just as he's about to pull the trigger, Tanaka with a fantastic challenge. Gundogan, the man who's about to shoot. Kimmich then does have the shot, pushed away by the goalkeeper. Germany just couldn't quite get the shot away they needed. Now, Japan played a risky game here, played it out from the back, and Kai Havertz is there, and they eventually have to hurry the clearance. And again, they look to go down the right-hand side, but Schlotterbeck knows all about that and stays tight to his man. Oh, and he's giving it away, though, this time. It's a 1-2 with Rudiger back to him, but now Japan have a chance. They've won a corner. And just as I was saying, Schlotterbeck's got the better of Aito, and he knows what he's all about. It's a 1-2 with Rudiger. And Aito just steals it off him and then looks to play it into Maeda, and he just needs to put another yard in front of that. It's a little bit too close to the defender. It's turned behind by Rudiger for a Japan corner. But you can see what Japan are trying to do here. They soak up the pressure, counter down the right-hand side. Maeda arrives on the edge of the box. They curl one in low. And he's just going to turn that into the back of the net. It worked once, but he was offside. Very nearly happened twice there. So the corner this time goes low and out 30 yards away from goal. And it's now whipped in from a different angle. The header at the back post. There's two Japanese players that both jump up for it. Aitakura is one of them. And Sakai the other. And they just get in each other's way, and it's out for a goal kick. Both onside when the ball's played. And they feel that this should have been a corner. I actually think that one heads it against his teammate, and the two of them both think, well, hang on a minute, it took a deflection, so it's ours. But it actually was a deflection off each other. So Germany back in possession then. Here's Schlotterbeck to the left-hand side of the defensive third. Plays it back into the middle with Rudiger. Rudiger for Sule. Has to stretch to get that one. Back to Rudiger. Across now to Schlotterbeck. We're halfway through the first half. Still goalless. Sule with blue shirts around him. Plays it across the midway point of Germany's half. Gundogan. Forward to Musiala. Now it's switched out to Gnabry on the right-hand side. Back to Sule. Gnabry again. Tries to come in field. Wins a throw-in though. 23 minutes gone. Still goalless here. We've had some shock results in this World Cup already. No more so than Saudi Arabia beating Argentina 2-1 yesterday. Japan have taken inspiration from that and said anything can happen. But likewise, the German camp have said the same thing and said we have to be on our guard, regardless of who we're playing, which is a lesson learned far too late from Argentina. It's Sule again. Maeda putting on some pressure, forces him back from the halfway line all the way back to Neuer, who comes out of his box to try and speed up the German press. If there is a German press, it's been hard to spot. Now on the left-hand side of the centre circle, Gundogan makes a surging run down the left, plays it infield. Muller with a nice 1-2. It's intercepted though, and Japan get it away. Maeda turns it out to the right-hand side, picked up by Schlotterbeck, and now Germany can counter the counter-attack. It's a ball through to Kai Havertz, keeps this in play, chips it to the edge of the 6-yard box, looking for Gnabry, and it's headed behind. Oh, it nearly kept it in play. They've given it away to Germany again, right by the corner flag here, and eventually, at the second time of asking, Sakai does get it away. Aitakura was the man who was heading it out for a corner to play it safe. Sakai tried to volley it away to keep it in play, scuffed it, gave it away to Schlotterbeck on the left. But in the end, it is a Germany throw-in, which is going to be taken again. The referee wasn't happy with something the first time. The referee's just telling someone to calm down in the box. I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. It's away from where the ball was. And this is happening sort of in the goalmouth area. We were looking, there's a VAR check for a possible penalty. That's why the referee's just telling players to calm down and wait a second. And it's when the ball comes in, it was a possible handball for Endo, but it doesn't even touch his arm looking at the replay. And the referee has very quickly said, nope, let's play on. Didn't even look at the monitor. VAR said, no, there's nothing in that. Just a waste of everybody's time now. 25 minutes gone then. Goalless it remains. The referee stopped play again now for something else and has now blown to resume. Well, that was a literal 3-second pause. I'm not entirely sure what that one was for. Germany now down the right-hand side, midway through the Japan half. It's turned out for a German throw-in by Tanaka, who's done very well today to break up the German midfield. Here's Gnabry. Muller leaves it for Havertz on the edge of the box. It's turned back now to Kimmich, who comes to the edge of the box once more, drops it to Gnabry on the right. Gnabry with a good ball in across the edge of the 6-yard box. Havertz jumps up, can't get there. It's turned to the edge of the box. Gundogan has a shot blocked. Appeals go up for handball. Kimmich heads it on. It's cleared away by Japan. Rudiger chests it down outside or inside the Japan half. It's now turned back to Süle, who goes all the way back to Manuel Neuer. And now he turns it to the left-hand side. Germany trying to stretch the play here. Here comes Schlotterbeck, gets to the halfway line. Just drops it short to his right-hand side for Gundogan. Gundogan in the centre circle, plays it forward for Kimmich. Still Kimmich here. And now Süle to his right. On the halfway line, Süle goes to the left to Gundogan. Gundogan out to Gnabry, who's on the right-hand touchline. Cuts in field. Plays it to Kimmich. Kimmich now goes to the left-hand side. Here's Raum. Plays it in short into the 18-yard box on the left-hand side. And it's poor again from Musiala, who has not lived up to expectation today. A lot of pressure on him. Sakai turns us away for a German throw-in. It's thrown defensively, goes all the way back, only just inside the Japan half here. Now it's in the German half with Rudiger. And now Schlotterbeck gets into the attacking third, drops it to his right for Gundogan, who's on the left-hand side of the attacking third. Plays it back midway into the Japan half with Süle. And again, some really, really good pressing play from Japan. Forces an error from Germany, but they managed to recover. Oh, it's lovely. Gnabry just jumps over the ball, dummies it. There's a chance now for Muller. Plays it back to Gnabry on the edge of the box. Lots of space out for Germany. Shot from Gundogan. He was greedy. He had options to his left. Went for goal, and it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Easy save there for Gonda. There was a brilliant overlapping run. I think it's Raum on his left-hand side, who had absolutely acres of space. He would have been in the box one-on-one at a favourable angle at least as well. Oh, I'm just watching it back. It's even worse than you think. He's got absolutely acres. He's got half the box to himself, and it's an easy pass. Gundogan's just got to divert it on. First touch, and that's 1-0 Germany for me. I don't care if he's a defender. That's going to hit the back of the net. Greedy from Gundogan, who's not had his best performance today so far. Not many German players have, in fairness. Here's Rudiger. Plays it to the halfway line with Gundogan on the left-hand side of the centre circle. He turns to face goalwards, then plays it back to Rudiger, who's in the Germany half of the centre circle. Now to the right of the centre circle with Süle. And Muller now in an advanced position, drops it to Gnabry on the touchline. Gnabry cuts in field past his man, still goes, plays it into the middle, just outside the D for Gundogan. Gundogan this time does go to the left for Schlotterbeck, plays it across the 6-yard box, pushed away. Gundogan blocked on the 6-yard line, cleared away eventually. Germany still in possession though. And Kimmich now plays it to the left for Raum. Raum tries to get the ball into the box, but it's a comfortable header away by Itakura. And it will be a Germany throw-in. Gundogan learns his lesson and this time does play it to Schlotterbeck on the left-hand side. He plays it in across the 6-yard box and it's pushed away by the goalkeeper. And then Gundogan's shot is blocked on the 6-yard line. And the danger is averted. Now Japan try and break down the left-hand side. Rudiger's going to try and win this back for Germany and has done very well, and then wins a foul for himself as well. That's some good defending there from Rudiger, who for me is the only German player so far you say has had a good game. Everybody else has been average at best, and there's been one or two below par performances. But Rudiger has been absolutely solid. Schlotterbeck's done okay as well, to be fair. Here's Kimmich in the centre circle, plays it back to Gundogan, who's also in the centre circle. Now just to the right of said circle is Süle. And now Muller on the right-hand side, midway through the Japan half. Goes back to Süle. Süle now walks back into the German half and plays it to Rudiger, who's just at the end of the centre circle. So 1-2 with Schlotterbeck, and now back with Manuel Neuer. Half an hour gone. Germany 0, Japan 0. Listen to live, unofficial World Cup commentary here on Flash Score. Rudiger. And he is right in the middle of the Germany half. Plays it to Sule on the right, who goes past the halfway line. Havertz turns it out to Muller, first touch. Muller makes some progress. Oh, it's a beautiful ball, chipped to the left-hand side, and Schlotterbeck's in the box, one-on-one. He's heavy touch, he's gone down by the goalkeeper. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is! There's two challenges on him. The second one for me is a definite penalty. The first one is up for debate, but the second one, definitely, no question, that's a penalty. The goalkeeper, I think, just slips as he's getting back to his feet and lands on him, pushing him back down to the ground. And this is going to be a penalty for Germany. It's Kimmich with it's a sensational ball to the left, and Schlotterbeck's in that space I talked about earlier, where he's on the left-hand side, making that run in. He's got half the box to himself. That's the third time he's done that in the last 3 minutes. And as he takes the touch to go past the goalkeeper, he slides in and looks like he's caught him. And that one, I think, would have been a VAR check. But then as they're both getting back to their feet, Gonda just sort of collapses on top of on top of Schlotterbeck. And that one would definitely be a penalty. Gundogan has the ball in hand, stands on the spot 12 yards from goal. The goalkeeper is still appealing with the referee just outside his 6-yard box here. I was about to criticise Schlotterbeck for the heavy touch because he was set loose there on the left. He could have gone for goal. He could have taken a lesser touch, but he took a really heavy touch. Then he took it defensively. If he'd not been fouled there, Japan had got back quickly and in good numbers, and it would have been a difficult ask to try and score from there. But he has won a penalty for Germany. Yoshida just trying to put Gundogan off, who puts the ball at the, I'm going to say, the 10 o'clock position on the penalty spot. Now, if I'm the goalkeeper here, I'm thinking he's going to my right. He steps up and does go down the middle, and it's 1-0 to Germany. The keeper went to his left. The ball went to his right, but it was fairly down the middle. And Germany take the lead. Germany 1, Japan 0 from the spot in the 33rd minute. And Japan, who've been very impressive so far, have to pick themselves up and go again. And it is just left of centre, the penalty. Mid-height, decent pace. But you have to say, it's not a great penalty. It's gone in. It's gone down the middle and it's gone in. But if the keeper goes the other way, I think he saves that. But it doesn't matter. They all count. Germany have a lead. Japan will take heart from the fact they've got into a couple of good positions and have had the ball in the back of the net, albeit greeted by the offside flag. But they'll try and go again. Maeda has got into some good positions. Aito down the right has created some good chances. Germany have been under par rather than wunderbar. Japan on the ball now at the halfway line. Play forward to Endo, and then he's bundled down. It's a free kick to Japan. He tries to take it quickly, and he's stopped. That should in theory be a booking, but nothing given here by the referee. And now in the centre circle, it's Itakura. Plays it to his centre-half teammate Yoshida. Forward to Endo, turned back to Itakura. Now Japan back in their defensive third, being pushed back here by Germany. What will that opening goal do? Will it reinvigorate Germany? Will they step it up a gear because they have been lacklustre at times? Or will it re-infuse Japan, who've had sparks in this game? Try and dink it down the left. It's overhit and out for a German throw-in just in front of the technical area in their own half. It's thrown over the halfway line, headed back, and now they look to flick it out to the left-hand side. And Schlotterbeck again with a surging attacking run. Can't quite get there, and here's Aito. Plays it down the right-hand side. Kamada's there and wins a corner for Japan. Turned away by Raum. Kamada will take the corner for Japan. Again, same as the corner earlier on, it's curled away from the 6-yard box into a densely populated German area and headed away comfortably. Gnabry is trying to get there first. It's turned back to the goalkeeper Gonda. He carried on giving chase and got to the edge of the box before it was cleared away. Now Japan try and hoof it long down the right-hand side. And again, Germany dispossessed. There's a strong challenge in, but Japan still on the ball. Numbers forward here. There's 4 blue shirts. Get to the edge of the box. Into it, chipped into the middle, and it's a comfortable chest away by Gundogan, and Germany are away. Japan should have done better with that chance. Here's Gnabry on the right, wins a throw-in for Germany. Japan should have done more with that. So the throw is taken. It goes back to Rudiger on the edge of the defensive third, midway through the German half now. A 1-2 with Schlotterbeck. And now Sule on the right, back to Rudiger again. Germany just slowing the game down as they can do now. They have that luxury with that slender lead. Just to try and see it out till half time, which is, well, it's anybody's guess with the added time we've seen so far in the tournament, but in theory is about 8 minutes away. There's Ito trying to go down the right-hand side here for Japan. He's been held off well by Schlotterbeck, and eventually the loose ball is picked up by Kimmich. Plays it out to the left, halfway through the German half now. It's Gundogan on the far side. Plays it back to Rudiger, who's just outside his own D. Plays it forward to Kimmich, who gets into the centre circle. Plays it forward to the halfway line for the youngster, Musiala. Now a crossfield ball headed on by Gnabry. Just played back to him by Kai Havertz. Gnabry goes for goal just outside the D. It's blocked at source. Comes out to Gundogan, chipped over to Kai Havertz with a bit of space. Drops it down the right-hand side of the box for Muller. Muller, left-footed, plays it in. It goes to the 18-yard line, headed away. Germany picked this back up there with Schlotterbeck. Here's Musiala trying to get into the box, twisting and turning. The ball loops into the air. The goalkeeper then punches it away. Germany pick it up on the edge of the box. Try play a cute ball to the right, and it's cleared away once again. Now Germany can regroup in the centre circle. Here's Rudiger. Plays it out to the left-hand side for Schlotterbeck. And now Kimmich. 5 yards inside the Japan half. Played to the right-hand side for Muller. 1-2 with Gnabry. Then he tries to feed it into Kai Havertz, and it's moved away again by Japan. Picked up by Sule just before it gets to the halfway line. Rudiger in the centre circle. Sweeps it out to the left-hand side for Schlotterbeck. He leaves it for Raum. Raum plays it back to Kimmich. He threads a lovely ball to Kai Havertz to the right of centre, but it's picked up against some good Japanese pressure. They force it back to the halfway line, where Havertz does win it back. Chips it over the centre circle for Schlotterbeck. And now Raum. Musiala. Back to Gundogan, threads it through. Good side challenge, Japan win the ball back. Here's Endo, goes back to the back four. And now it's swept across to the left-hand side, up in the air beautifully. And now Nagatomo gets it down the left-hand side. It's a decent ball if his teammate can get there, and he does just get there, gets into the box. But it's a heavy touch in the area. Tanaka did well to chase it down, although the flag has gone up for an offside anyway. And some concern here for Japan with Kubo down on the deck. He's holding his right ankle at the moment. And just looking at the offside pictures, and it was an offside decision. It was a correct call, that, from the linesman. So 40 minutes gone, 5 minutes until we see what added time has in store. Germany 1, Japan 0. Ball on the right-hand side here for Gnabry. Gnabry in the attacking third, plays it back to Sule, and Gnabry again. Gundogan. Right in the middle now of the Japan half. It's played towards the edge of the D for Muller. Turned back, and now Gundogan lines one up, and it's blocked at source again, and Bundles bouncing towards the goalkeeper, and Gunda has that one in his grasp. Gundogan's just very much trying to shoot on sight, and that's the third attempt he's had. They've all been blocked, and every single time he's lined up the shot, I've looked and thought, surely he's going to pass this. He's not going to shoot, but he's gone for goal. Germany now on the left-hand side. Good counter-attack here. Schlotterbeck drops it to Raum. Musiala plays it across the edge of the D, and it's a long speculative effort from Kimmich. Just outside the D, way over the bar. Just swung a hopeful boot at that, Kimmich. And a Mexican wave has erupted in the stadium. Both sets of fans joining in. Mingled in together, the German and Japanese fans. There's a mixture of flags and colours all over the stadium. Clearly everybody's enjoying the occasion. It's foul here, just outside the centre circle. Aita Kora, the man penalised. And Germany break down the left-hand side, and it's Schlotterbeck who lifts the ball in, looking for Muller on the edge of the 6-yard box. He can't win the header. It loops into the air, and then Gonda comes out and plucks that one out of the air. Japan now back in possession. Their head coach has been pacing around quite a bit so far for Japan. Again, the goal kick's taken short, and they look to try and break down the left-hand side. It backfires as Kamada tries to go around Gnabry. He's given away a throw-in. There's a chance here for Germany. They've given the ball away, and it's gone back to the halfway line as Maida tries to chase. But Germany do clear their lines. Nagatomo on the left heads this one out for a German throw-in. About 20 yards from goal. It's thrown back to Sule. Germany midway through the Japan half on this near side. Here's Gnabry. He's got blue shirts surrounding him. It's a clever back heel from Sule to get Germany out of a tight position. It's a lovely long ball into the box, and it's a bad touchdown from Musiala, but he has managed to keep it in play. Drops it to Gnabry. Gnabry across the edge of the 6-yard box with the ball in, headed away. But it comes back to Gnabry inside the box. Musiala on the edge, and again he's given the ball away. He's tried to play it across to the left. Aito's left it though, bizarrely. And now Germany do have the ball back. It's Raum. 1-2 with Muller, sweeps it down the wing for Gundogan. Gundogan plays it back to the centre circle and Rudiger. Rudiger through to Kimmich. Germany with some quick passing here, trying to make some space because they are being pressed well here by Japan. It's back in the centre circle with Rudiger. And now Sule. And again, some tight passes here to be played because Japan are absolutely everywhere. It's like they've got more players on the pitch. Here's Gnabry, just inside the German half. Plays it back to Kimmich, who has to run towards his own goal as if he's attacking it because of the blue shirts around him. Plays it back to Neuer. Neuer now to Schlotterbeck on the left. Schlotterbeck continues his run, goes past the halfway line. 10 yards infield from the touchline. Plays it into Gundogan in the middle. Gundogan makes a run to the left, then plays it to the right. Muller takes a touchdown, plays it back with his back to goal. Sule, Kimmich, under pressure, manages to get the ball forward for Musiala, goes for the shot and it's over the bar on the edge of the box. He got underneath that and he's lofted it over. For a minute, I thought he was going to put my criticism to bed and score Germany's first goal in open play of the World Cup. But he got underneath that one. You could see the panic in his eyes when he realised he was in on goal. For such a young player at the World Cup, he thought that was his moment. The pressure got to him a little bit. It was a really good opportunity if he'd just got his knee over that one a little more. 4 minutes at a time has been shown, and we are 5 seconds into that. Ball down the right-hand side here for Japan, and the referee's blown for foul. It's on Sakai, who's down in some discomfort here. The referee's come over and he's now protesting at the lack of a booking for the offender for the foul. Although in fairness, I'm just watching it back, and Raum is rooted to the ground, and Sakai jumps over him to try and win the header and falls in a heap. It'd be very harsh to book Raum there for quite literally not doing anything. So Japan now decide to build from the back. It's back with the goalkeeper. But there are German shirts arriving, and it's a hurried clearance by the goalkeeper down the right-hand side. It's just kept in play before being headed out by Raum for a Japan throw-in. They look to throw it quickly down the line for Maida, but that's intercepted by Schlotterbeck, and now Germany back in possession. In the centre circle, it's Gnabry. Plays it to the left for Kai Havertz. Havertz with the overlap for Musiala. Musiala with a good run into the box, drops it to Gnabry, who's outside the area. He runs to the left-hand side. Can't quite get back in, so he'll drop it for Raum. Raum on the edge of the 18-yard box on the touchline. Plays it in for Musiala. Across the edge of the D to Muller. Muller first touch back for Kimmich. Kimmich takes a touch round his man. Here's Sula. Plays it to the right. First touch ball in from Muller. Can't get the touchdown. Kimmich, who was in the box. Germany still in possession there with Gundogan. Heads it out to the left-hand side for Gnabry. And now Gundogan, 1-2 back to Gnabry. Bit of space here on the left of centre for him. Forward for Musiala, who again is caught in possession. And now Japan with the ball back, albeit in their own box. So they're passing it very comfortably. To say they're in their own area. And eventually it's a left-footed boot cleared away out for a throw into Germany just past the halfway line. 2 of the 4 minutes added on gone. Germany 1, Japan 0. Here's Sule. Back to Rudiger, who goes back to Neuer, who's on the penalty spot. Rudiger comes into the 18-yard box to receive the ball back, and then plays it to Neuer, who's in his 6-yard box. Neuer then turns like a whippet to his left, and then plays it to Schlotterbeck, who goes back to Neuer. And now Rudiger on the 18-yard line, walks forward, and plays it to Kimmich, who goes to Sule on the right, back to Rudiger on the 18-yard line, and back to Neuer in his 6-yard area. He just stands still, looking, waiting, deciding, deliberating what to do. And now on the edge of the D, he uses Kimmich to Rudiger on the right-hand side of the box. Sweeps a long ball down to the halfway line. It's touched down beautifully by Musiala, and Gnabry with space kills his run through the middle of the pitch, then plays it to Musiala on the right, who's got space for the shot, doesn't go for it, plays it to Muller on the right. Muller just keeps it in play with a chip across the 6-yard box, headed away as far as Kimmich in the D, goes for goal, pushed away, chance here for Musiala, and he's in the back of the net. I think the flag will go up. Kai Havertz turned it in from close range. He has celebrated. It looks like this is 2-0. I thought he was offside. That was my initial reaction. Musiala played the ball across goal, and Kai Havertz turned it in. He looked across towards the linesman, then went to celebrate, and in the 49th minute, it may well be 2-0 here. Muller does well to just get there. It's a poor-headed clearance away. Kimmich with the shot from the edge of the D. The goalkeeper pushes it out. Musiala has the shot across goal. It is going to go wide, and Havertz stabs it in. But I'm sure Havertz was offside here. But the player's reaction suggests he looked and saw no flag and then went off to celebrate. He paused after he'd scored. He didn't celebrate. He looks across to the linesman, then went and celebrated. So he seems to think he might be offside. I thought he was offside too. But then he celebrated. And we are waiting for the VAR check here. I'll be surprised if this isn't offside. And the offside is given, as expected. I think that'll be the last action of the half as well. There was only around 10 seconds left before that was put in by Kai Havertz, and it is ruled out. Japan will get us back underway. Musiala needed to be brave there on 2 occasions where he played the ball instead of going for goal. And that's cost Germany there. Anyway, here come Japan. They're in Germany's half, midway through it. And they go to the left-hand side. That's a lovely threaded ball. And Nagatomo is there, takes the touch to steady it, plays the ball in across the 6-yard box. Maida heads it goalwards. He should have done better with that. It's wide of the far post. Didn't get the power behind it. It needed to just have a little bit more strength in the header. Didn't need to put the power behind it. It just needed to divert it goalwards, but it's a bit thin, the connection on the ball. To use a snooker term, the connection's a little bit thin. Needs to be thicker. And the header eventually goes about 4 or 5 yards wide of the far post. And what a chance that was there for Japan. Right on the back of VAR, overruling Germany's second of the game. They could have gone from 2-0 down to 1-1 in a matter of seconds. And that is the last action of the first half. And it's been a spirited display from Japan. Some great pressure in the middle of the park. And they've looked pretty solid throughout the game. They had the ball in the back of the net first, but it was offside from Maida. He's a couple of feet offside in truth. Germany took the lead through Gondwan's penalty on 33 minutes. And Germany having a second ruled out just before the break in added time there for offside against Kai Havertz. And at the break, it is Germany 1, Japan. times between the two sides. Both sides with a goal ruled out for offside as well. Just the one change, Aita Koreb replaced by Arsenal's Tomiyasu at the break. So Japan get us underway for the second half, trailing by that goal to nil. Germany are in possession, although they've given the ball away. Oh, it's taken deflection, in fact, so it will be a Germany throw on the far side. It's thrown over the halfway line into the defensive half and played back to Rudiger. Rudiger goes across to Schlotterbeck, and then Raum plays it back to Schlotterbeck. Again, more of that Japanese pressure that we saw in the first half. Just going to double check actually, because my information was that Aita Koro was being replaced at the break, but I don't think that's correct. So I'm just going to wait to see what the official confirmation is. I think there's going to be a slight change there to what we were told at half time. There's nothing much to tell you about the pitch at this moment in time, as it's just a long ball, hopefully forward, goes out for a German goal kick. I'll bring that change in a moment, because Germany from the goal kick go forward. It's a good run here from Schlotterbeck. Plays it to the right hand side. Gnabry with the shot just over the bar. And that was a half chance there for Germany, but Gnabry really slashed at that chance. Yes, it is Kubo, in fact, who's been replaced, which makes much more sense. Replaced by Arsenal's Tomiyasu at the break, who surprised that we didn't see from the start, really, for Japan. Looks as though they're going to have a wider midfield now with Tomiyasu to try and get a foothold, although they have been impressive in the first half, Japan, at winning the ball back from Germany with that pressure. With that extra body in midfield, it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Have a platform to build from. 2.5 minutes into the second half, and Germany in possession with a throw-in on the far side. And it's Sule who's going to take this one. It's thrown short and turned in field, and there's a free kick there given to Japan, in fact. Not entirely sure what that was for. I think it was something of nothing, really. Not a free kick in my eyes, but nonetheless, the referee has been consistent throughout the game at what has and has not been adjudged to be unreasonable force, and he's stuck with that. It's another soft but fair foul that goes Japan's way. And they play it long to put some pressure on Germany here, and there's a sweep on Schlotterbeck, and that's going to be a free kick to Germany. Taken quickly to Rudiger. He's under pressure, doesn't realise it, and Japan very nearly win the ball back with Maeda, but the slide challenge sees the loose ball then to Schlotterbeck. Played forward to Gnabry. He's taken out, but again the referee waves play on, and the ball does land to a teammate, although the loose ball eventually is prodded into the Japanese defence and the ball is given away. They don't keep it for long though. On the halfway line now with Germany once again, and they have got a foothold in possession this time. Schlotterbeck to Raum. Back to Schlotterbeck, and not a lot on that ball, and very nearly intercepted and in on goal there for Aito, but it's turned back to Neuer, just. Got to be careful with this slender lead, as Argentina will attest to. 4 minutes of the second half played though. Germany 1, Japan 0. Schlotterbeck to Raum, who's right on the touchline, 18 yards from the byline. Plays it down the left-hand side for Musiala. He's out-muscled and loses the ball. And now Japan right in the middle of Germany's half. It's played to the right-hand side. And it's with Sakai. Plays it to Aito. Aito twists and turns the edge of the box, then goes down, and there's a shot over the bar. And the referee points for a corner, so Kamada's shot must have taken a deflection there. And I have to say, given the trajectory of the shot, if it hasn't taken a deflection, it is a woeful, woeful effort. I think that's a penalty. VAR presumably will check this. But he's nudged off balance by Schlotterbeck, and then Kimmich comes in and just body checks him out of the way, really. And Aito goes to ground mid-run. It looks like the corner's going to be taken, and nothing is going to come at that. I think VAR are feeling that the ball was already away from the player before he was challenged. Germany had the corner away comfortably and now look to try and break. They're on the left-hand side. It's a very long ball forward, looking for Kai Havertz. Headed away by Nagatomo, but Germany pick up the loose ball. Here's Gundogan, 30 yards from goal. It's played across to the left, helped on now to Raum. Raum being held off, plays it across to Musiala on the edge of the box. Nice touch through into the box. Still Musiala goes, and still, oh, he's over the bar. What a run that was from Musiala. It's a very congested area, and he just keeps going. He jockeys 4 different challenges on his way. He's on the edge of the box, takes a lovely touch to the left. Then he's blocked by 3 blue shirts, finds the space to go round them, goes across the edge of the 6-yard box. He's then held off by 2 more blue shirts who he goes round, avoids the slide challenge, and then has the shot just before another slide challenge in from Nagatomo. But he can't, it's just the second time today he's hit them over the bar. He just seems to get underneath the ball every time. But what a run it was for the youngster. Just needs to take 10% off his shots and then he'll probably find the top corner. So Japan get us back underway, and as they try and clear their lines, they're forced out for a throw-in, albeit it goes their way. And Aitakura picks it up, then rolls it down the touchline for his teammate Sakai, who will take the throw-in for Japan. It's in their defensive third. I sometimes think throw-ins in this area are more harm than good for the team taking them. It's thrown back to the goalkeeper, who plays it to the left of his 18-yard box. Is the substitute Tomiyasu. Plays it across the 18-yard line. It's now back to the goalkeeper and now back to the left of the 18-yard box once more. That's a lovely looped ball over just shy of the halfway line on the left-hand side. A challenge in from Germany. Sees the ball go out for a throw-in, although it bounced between the 2 players. I'm not entirely sure which way this throw-in will go. Goes Japan's way. Managed to dink it into the centre circle here, and there's a little bit of space for them to break, and they found more space on the right hand side. It's a good run, and here comes Sakai, plays it into the edge of the box, and then a looping ball across to the far post, and it's booted out for a goal kick. That was a poor decision there to chip it over to the left hand side. Kamada did what he could to try and keep it alive, but it was overhit at best, but at worst it was just the wrong decision really. It was Tanaka who decided to do that. There was 3 blue shirts arriving on the edge of the 6-yard line. It was in a shooting area itself. He had space to run to the left as well. But he decided to dink it across to the far post. Now Germany try and play out from the back, and Neuer's put under so much pressure by Maida. He's actually pushed to ground as he's clearing the ball away. Legally, I should point out, no foul committed. But he just left that very, very late. He's managed to get away with it though. Japan, albeit, do pick up possession from that. And it's back on the edge of the 18-yard line with the goalkeeper Gonda, who plays it to his left for Nagatomo. Now Aitakura. Endo back to Yoshida. Aitakura. Yoshida again. All of this just around 20 yards from goal. Now down the left-hand side on the touchline, just shy of the halfway line. Lovely ball forward. I think it'll be offside, though. Mistimed the run. Yeah, the flag goes up there against Kamada. Nice idea down the left, but timed his run too early. Or way too early in the end. He's a good 5 yards offside. And he could have easily curved his run or just waited a second, and then he'd have been away on goal there. Germany trying to dig it out. They're on the left-hand side, midway through their own half. They've managed to get it out, and there's some space here for Raum, who goes down the left. He's killed his run infield, plays it in to Kai Havertz, one-on-one. The goalkeeper slides out, gets there first. Can't keep hold of it, though. There's a chance here still for Germany. The goalkeeper's not back yet. The flag's gone up. And whether he knew that flag was going up or not, I'm not sure, because he didn't seem in a rush to get back onto his line at all. Where's the offside, then? Is it on Havertz? No, Havertz is on. when the ball is played from Raum. The goalkeeper comes and pushes it out. I think the linesman has made a mistake here. I think he's waited. The goalkeeper makes the save and then he puts the flag up. I don't think Havertz is offside there. And there was a chance for Musiala to recycle that attack. And I think if he kept the flag down and Germany scored, that would have counted. Back now with Manuel Neuer. Rudiger back to Neuer in his box. To the left of the 18-yard box now with Schlotterbeck. And back with Neuer. Maida again puts him under pressure, forces him to rush his clearance. And Aitakura wins the header for Japan, although Musiala stayed down holding his head, so the referee has to stop play now. We've had 11 minutes of the second half. Germany 1, Japan 0. Looks like Japan are going to make a change while they have this break in play. I think it's going to be Asano coming on for Maida. Maida, I think, will know he probably could have done better today. That change now confirmed. It's Nagatomo as well coming off. It's a double change. Nagatomo and Maida replaced by Mitoma and Asano. Japan wasting no time here with a break down the right-hand side. It's a good ball whipped in for the substitutes. And it's forced wide for a corner to Japan. And again, they just win possession in the middle with that good pressure, taking it, just dispossessing Germany. Played out to the right-hand side. Aita with a great ball in. And it's the substitutes. Just replaced Maida a moment ago. Trying to connect to the near post. Germany back in possession though. And again, given away in the middle of the park. Japan in midfield have been very good today. Forced Germany back now into their defensive third, although the referee's blown for a foul. Against the four-time world champions Germany, 11th in the world. Japan 13 places behind in 24th. So Germany get us back underway once again. Kimmich twisting and turning before playing it back to Schlotterbeck on the edge of the D. It's now to the left-hand side in the defensive third with Raum. He plays it back to Schlotterbeck, who leaves it for Neuer. On the edge of his 6-yard line, under pressure, he manages to chip it away before Asano could get there. Hoofed away now to the halfway line. Picked up by Japan, but not kept, and Germany now with the ball in the centre circle. It's played out to the left-hand side, looking for Musiala. Can he get there before the touchline? Yes, he can, and keeps it in play with his second touch. Comes towards the edge of the 18-yard line. Twists and turns, plays it out to Raum on the left-hand side, who's got some space to chip this into the edge of the 6-yard box, and does. Diving header away, and Saki tries to be too clever with that, to get the ball down the right instead of clearing it away, and gives the ball away. Now Kimmich. Gundogan in the middle of Japan's half. Out to Raum on the touchline on the left, midway through the half. Plays it in towards the edge of the box. Musiala comes out with the ball, drops it to Gundogan in the D. Gundogan takes a touch, shoots! Oh, it's off the post and out! You expect him to hit it first time. It's a clever little touch from Gundogan. Then he takes the shot. And when he hits it after that second touch, you think, good decision. But Musiala again, some good movement from him. And it just goes off the outside of the post. He beat the goalkeeper. Couldn't beat the post. And Germany scoring in the first half for the first time in this fixture. Gundogan on the ball now, plays it to the right hand side. It's a lovely ball into the box for Gnabry. His ball in is blocked. The ball's still there though, hanging around the box. Eventually Japan walk out of the box with it. Still trying to play out from the back here though, and being forced back. Tomiyasu keeps it in play now on the left hand side, 12 yards from goal, plays it down the touchline. Then they look to play it in field. It takes a deflection, but it does ultimately end up with a blue shirt. And it's a good run forward here from Mitoma. Plays it to the left-hand side. Oh, and it's an awful effort in the end from Asano. And that was another good chance there. But they've looked lively since that double change, Japan. And they've got half an hour to go in this game. But it's a nice run forward. Plenty of space before he played it in. It's not. Do you know what? Watching it back, it's not as bad an effort as I first thought, actually. I thought he'd hit it way over the bar. But actually, looking back, it's just wide of the far post. But when you look at the curl on the ball, if he puts it an inch closer to goal, probably goes in. He just curls away. Now Germany struggle to clear the lines here. And it's out to Ito on the right-hand side. Looks to play it in across the 6-yard line, and that's a very brave block with the chest of Schlotterbeck, because it could have very easily been a handball, but he executed that perfectly. And now Germany look to counter-attack. They've got to the halfway line. On the left-hand side, it's Muller. Plays it back to Raum. Round to Kimmich, now Schlotterbeck being forced forward again by Tanaka here, and they have to go back to Manuel Neuer. Japan's pressing game really has been excellent in this game. I mentioned a moment ago, Germany scoring for the first time in the first half, so in both meetings between these two sides, there's been 7 goals. All of them have been in the second half. Germany try and get the ball forward. Musiala here, as he turns, he's tripped. And that is going to be a free kick given against Itakura. So those two previous meetings, both in friendlies. A 3-0 win for Germany in 2004, a 2-2 draw in 2006. All 7 goals, as I mentioned, have been in the second half. So that is the first time there's been a goal in the first half in this meeting between these two sides. In the first ever competitive meeting as well. So Germany get us back underway. It's Gundogan just past the halfway line, just outside the centre circle. Plays it to Gundogan on the centre spot. 1-2 with Rudiger. The ball out now to Raum on the left. Goes past the halfway line. Plays it through for Kai Havertz. Flag goes up early. Well, they were looking like they were struggling for attacking options, Germany, going into the game. Leroy Sané's out with a knee injury picked up in training. Thomas Muller was a doubt, but has ultimately made the game, of course. No injury concerns reported for Japan ahead of their final training session. Notice as well when the squad photos were taken, Germany, all of their players covered their mouth in a protest towards FIFA after they were refused permission to wear the One Love armband, which they've taken FIFA to the Court of Arbitration over. Well, now back underway, and Japan with a nice ball down the right-hand side. And it is the substitute Asano who gets there. Battles with Rudiger to try and get that ball into the box, and ultimately goes out for a goal kick. So Neuer will get us back underway. And he is the first German goalkeeper to play in 4 consecutive tournaments. Germany again try and play out from the back, and they've given the ball away in a dangerous area. It's played down the right hand side, but the flag goes up early here against Japan, and it will be a free kick to Germany. Well, this was the toughest group on paper based on world rankings, and so far it's been a very tough test for both sides. Germany, now they've been in the game, Japan will be disappointed if they get nothing from this. It's been a very good contest so far. Japan have a throw in here just inside the Germany half. It's taken short and then it's out for another Japan throw in. It's put out by Kimmich. Kimmich saying the motivation is huge today talked about the importance of winning the first game, saying that that was the undoing for them in the World Cup 4 years ago, was they didn't do well in the first game and didn't get that momentum. Japan come forward again, and just as they looked into a dangerous area, again the shot is rushed by the substitutes. Asano. I think he's won a corner this time though, in fairness. Yeah, he's taken a touch off Rudiger. So this will be a corner for Japan. Corner comes in, this time it in-swings to the 6-yard box, and it has caused problems. The header on, flicked away though by Schlotterbeck. For a minute it looked like it was going to go in the back of his own net. It's out for a throw in. Itakura was the man who won the header from the corner and played it across the 6-yard box. It's a good header away actually by Schlotterbeck. Germany will now take the break in play to make a substitution. It's going to be a double change in fact. And Thomas Muller is the first player to make way. He's replaced by Hoffman. He's done well today, Thomas Muller. Hasn't played 90 minutes since September due to injuries. And he's managed 67 minutes today. And the goal scorer, Gundogan, is the second player to make way. And it's Goretzka who replaces him. Kai Havertz is still the lone striker. But they have got Nicholas Füllkrug and Yusufa Mokoko on the bench, should they want to bring on a different centre forward, the Germans. Japan again try and break down the right hand side. It's headed into the middle and it's out for another Japan corner. And it's a lightning move again. It's hard to keep up with Japanese play in truth because they've played some really quick stuff. It's a long ball down the right hand side and the first touch in is a header. Comes in from Sakai into the middle for Asano. And as he tries to get the shot away, it's turned behind for a corner. And you can see why the German coach Hansi Flick has said he's a bit of a fan of Japanese football because of the way they play. We're seeing that today, aren't we? And again, the corner goes to the far post and it's just nudged back in. It comes to nothing in the end. But again, another good signal of intent here. They've changed from out-swinging to in-swinging corners in the second half. And both of them have been met by Itakura, who's put them back into the 6-yard box. And it's caused a bit of a problem. But Germany managed to clear the lines once again. So Germany in possession on the right-hand side. It's played into the middle for Kimmich. Kimmich manages to nudge it forward past the halfway line before Japan pick the ball up and turn it back to their own goalkeeper. Into the 70th minute we go now. Still Germany 1, Japan 0. A very, very tight game though this. Long clearance headed back on the halfway line, but again picked up by a blue shirt. And Japan in possession. Played down the right-hand side here for Ito. Good slide challenge in from Schlotterbeck. And the ball is looped into the air. It goes past the halfway line before being headed back. It's helped on by Tanaka, but ultimately Rudiger gets there and plays it to Schlotterbeck. It's a good ball forward and taken down by Kai Havertz, who switches places with Gnabry. Into the middle for Musiala, just outside the D. Drops it to Kimmich. Kimmich chips into the middle. Gnabry's there, takes a touchdown to set the ball. Oh, and it's saved. That's a good save. I think the flag's going to stay down as well. It was Hoffman, one-on-one. And now shot from the edge of the box, pushed away. Germany still in possession here. Good ball into the middle. Rudiger with a good header. It's Gnabry, in fact. Second time saved as well. And it's out for a corner. 4 chances there for Germany. Flag stayed down for them all. Gnabry really should have a goal to his name for something in there. Gnabry does well here. Plays it into Musiala. Musiala to Kimmich. Kimmich chips it in for Gnabry, who is onside. 1-on-1. Takes the touch to drop it to Hoffman. Hoffman's shot is saved. Hoffman then wins the ball back. Gnabry takes it off him. Has the shot. Pushed out by the goalkeeper. And then it's Musiala who plays it down the left to Raum, who chips it in to the edge of the 6-yard box, and Gnabry's header is saved. He gets there for the rebound, tries to hit it in low, and the goalkeeper levelled to it to put it behind. But Gnabry really should have had a goal there at some point. Very unselfish of him with the first one. He takes the touch past the goalkeeper and leaves it for Hoffman. It's a lovely layoff. Corner comes in, it's floated in once you get into the 6-yard box. Schlotterbeck is there but can't make contact, and it goes out for a throw-in on the far side. Japan have made a change during that as well. Just waiting to see who. It's Dohan who's come on. I was not entirely sure who's left the field of play just yet. Germany get us back underway from the throw-in. Sule plays it into the middle, and Rudiger back to Neuer. Neuer being closed down, and he's midway through the Germany half. Neuer sweeps it away. Bit of head tennis here. And it lands eventually for Musiala, who can't quite keep the ball down. Gnabry's there as well. And again, neither team can keep hold of possession here. A real battle on this right-hand side. And eventually, Japan looked to have got the ball away. Great slide challenge in from Endo. Some good footwork from him there to get the ball out of trouble, and does. And eventually, he goes to ground. That's surely a foul, referee. Nope, he's told him to get back up. But they have won the throw-in, though, Japan. So it won't matter. But that, I think, is unfair. I think that should have been a foul. Germany with 74% of the possession, 20 shots, 8 on target, 2 corners. Japan have had 6 corners, 7 shots, but none on target. And that has been their problem today. They just haven't been clinical enough. Still waiting for official confirmation of who the Japan sub was. They come forward again here. It's a shot from the left side. Chance in the 6-yard box. It's over the bar. Oh, what a wasted opportunity that is for Japan. Oh, he really should have done better with that. Everybody in the dugouts on their knees, head in hands. Cannot believe this has gone over, and it happened in a flash like so many Japan attacks. It's Endo that chips the ball into the box, and it's a shot on the edge of the 6-yard line for Ito. The goalkeeper makes a great save. It's the first shot on target. He takes a deflection off Rudiger as well, but he pushes it right into the path of the substitute. And it's hit over the bar. Tanaka was the man to make way, by the way. We've had confirmation of that during that melee there, but Japan there should have been on level terms. That was a chance. It really was. And now Germany will try and counter-attack, but they've not set the world alight today. Make no mistake, Germany have not shown themselves to be real contenders in this competition today. Japan have looked to match them all over the park. They've had less possession, yes, and they've not had a shot on target, but they have created chances. They've pressured well in the middle of the park as well. We're going to have another substitution here, and it is going to be for Japan. And it is Minamino, the former Liverpool man, who will come on. And he's replaced Sakai. So it's a bit of an attacking change, that one. In the 75th minute. Taki Minamino comes on. What can he do here for Japan? You've got to say, if he'd had any of the chances that Japan have had, he probably would have scored them. At least got them on target. Here's Ito, looking dangerous once again. Tries to play it through. It's blocked, but Japan's still on the ball. Creating some good chances, Japan, just not clinical enough at all. Down the left-hand side they go. Into Minamino, who gets a shot across. It's saved, pushed down, goal! Japan get a deserved equaliser. And it's the substitute Dohan who has scored. Minamino involved straight away, put the ball in across the box. It was pushed out, and Dohan put the ball in the back of the net, and it is nothing less than Japan deserving this game. Germany 1, Japan 5 in the 75th minute. Did I say 5? I meant 75 minutes. Germany 1, Japan 1. I got excited there. So just to confirm, 1-1. And it's a lovely bit of play. It's a great ball through for Minamino, who does exactly what you need to do there. It's a cross-come shot across the 6-yard box, knowing that if nobody touches it, it's going to go in the back of the net. And if it's pushed out, it's probably going to be a goal. And that's exactly what happened. Neuer, for all his class, we know what a great goalkeeper Manuel Neuer is. But in the second half in particular, he's been pushing these shots straight to Japan players. Instead of holding them or pushing them away from goal, he's done the one thing you're told not to do as a goalkeeper and pushed them straight back into the danger area. And it's led to a Japanese equaliser here. And I have to say, the way Japan have been playing in the last 20 minutes, I wouldn't say that this game is over. I wouldn't say this is 1-1 and finished. I can see Japan getting another goal. What would the odds have been on a Saudi Arabia-Japan double? So back underway we are then in the 77th minute. Germany 1, Japan 1. And it is a thoroughly deserved equaliser for the Japanese. Here's Raum on the left. Drops it to Schlotterbeck. Germany inside their own half, only just though. Rudiger across to the right-hand side for Sule. Back to Rudiger. Japan have pushed them back into halfway through their own half. So 1-2 with Kimmich. And now Schlotterbeck to Raum on the left. Raum threads it through. And Kai Havertz with a back heel for Gnabry. He goes across to Kimmich, 30 yards from goal, thinks about it, drops it to the right. And Hoffman loses the ball. It's taken off his toes, and now there's a surging run forward here. And it's Mitoma who comes forward for Japan. He stopped just at the edge of the Germany box, but out on the touchline, before he then turns it back to the halfway line just to give Japan some composed possession here. In the centre circle, it's Itakura. Oh, threads it through. It's a lovely first touch ball. Lovely one-touch pass in here from Japan. And now Minamino is released on the left-hand side of the box. That's the ball run out towards the wing. Takes the touch. Then drops it to Mitoma. Nice one too. Minamino into the box. And he's out for a goal kick. He's seen out well there by Sule. He couldn't get around him. And it is out for a goal kick to Germany. 78 minutes gone. Germany 1, Japan 1. And there is now going to be a double change for Germany. Mario Götze and Füllkrug will come on. Füllkrug, one of the centre forwards I mentioned a few moments ago, does replace Kai Havertz. And it's the youngster Musiala, the other change for Germany. He's had a mixed game, Musiala. He's made some really good runs. His end product leaves a bit to be desired, and he gave the ball away quite a lot, particularly in the first half. He grew into the game, the youngster, it's fair to say. Germany, if they need it, do still have one more attacking option that they could turn to. And he's held in high regard. He comes with some pedigree, it's fair to say. Yusufala Moukoko, who turned 18 just days ago. He's got 6 goals and 4 assists in 14 appearances in the Bundesliga this season. And Erling Haaland, no less, said he's never seen a 15-year-old as good as that when he was first invited to train with the senior squad back when he was at Borussia Dortmund with him. High praise indeed for the youngster. He's one to watch out for this tournament. Germany, of course, have won the World Cup 4 times. Japan never even got to the quarter-finals, but they're being held here. It's the joint most for any European nation, by the way. Corner here for Germany now. It comes into the far post, and it's headed over the bar comfortably for a goal kick. Only Brazil have lifted the trophy more times than Germany, with 5. Italy joint with 4, with Germany. And they might be level on World Cups with Italy, but they're level on goals here with Japan. There were doubts about Germany coming into this tournament. The final warm-up game they had was a very slender 1-0 win over Oman, which left a lot to be desired. They had a torrid time of it in the Nations League, of course. And we don't need to mention what happened 4 years ago again, do we? Here come Japan down the right-hand side. They look to release Ito in the box, but it's overrun and goes to Manuel Neuer. 10 minutes to go then in this one. 1-1 it remains. It's been a really good game, and Japan, when they finally had shots on target, it counted for something. They had 7 shots off target before they finally got one on, and it led to what should have been the equaliser. But the equaliser came not too long after. Another shot on target. Both of them were pushed out. The first one was pushed out, and the rebound was hit over the bar from close range. The second one was pushed out, and the rebound was put in the back of the net. And Japan will take heart from knowing that if they can get shots on target in this game, they can get goals. Hoffman comes forward here down the right for Germany. Looks to put the ball into the box. He's turned behind for a corner. It's not been the best start to the rebuilding project from Hansi Flick in his first real test. And he did warn not to underestimate their opponent today after what happened against Argentina with Saudi Arabia, of course. Corner comes in, headed away comfortably, headed on again, and out of danger here for Japan. It comes back towards the halfway line on the left-hand side. Germany pick the ball back up. That's a good turn on the left-hand side by Mario Götze. He wins a throw-in in the end for Germany. Raum will take the throw-in. Gnabry misjudges the touch altogether and gives the ball away. And now here come Japan once again, who look the better side in the second half. And it's a foul on Endo as they try and stop him surging forward, because they know what a danger he's been running through the middle of this game. And Schlotterbeck takes one there for the team. Maya Yoshida said before the game they needed to be courageous today in the first match. They said it's a challenging one, but to win the group it's an important match. And they've definitely been brave today. So the free kick's taken, it comes all the way into the box, and there's a chance here for Japan, and it's in the back of the net for Japan, and they are in the lead! And it's out of nothing again. It's just another quick fire ball forward, and in the back of the net by the substitute Asano. He hadn't been the most clinical after coming off the bench, but he got in some good positions, reinvigorated Japan, and he's finally got his goal. Germany 1, Japan 2. And we will wait for the dreaded VAR check, of course. But I don't see anything wrong with this at all. And I'm not going to say I called this, but I didn't back Germany today on my accumulator because I just didn't think it was that clear cut. And Japan's second half have shown they thoroughly deserve to win this game. They didn't deserve to be behind at the break, in truth. It was a very even contest. But second half, you've got to say, Japan have been the better team, and over the course of 90 minutes deserve nothing less than their 2-1 lead. Asano puts them ahead. The free kick taken by Itakura, and it's a well-timed run by Asano, and he's released. He takes a touch on the edge of the 18-yard box. Schlotterbeck could do more, but doesn't dare foul. And from a tight angle on the right of the 6-yard line, he's only about 3 yards from goal. Neuer comes down to guard his near post, and he gets it over Neuer, inside the post and under the crossbar. It's a lovely finish from close range, and we are back underway. No issues with that goal as expected. Germany 1, Japan 2. And thoroughly deserved. Well, Japan's head coach Moriyasu said it was about making history. That was the target for them. They're making history here with what would be their first win ever against Germany in their third encounter. They want to get to the round of 16 and further. And on today's display, they can absolutely do that. Corner here for Germany. 5 minutes to go. The corner comes into the edge of the 6-yard box. Headed away. Goetze picks it up on the edge of the box, tries to get it back in, booted away emphatically by Japan, and bounces out on the right-hand side just before the halfway line. Germany look panic-stricken now. And there's been almost a bit of arrogance in their play, Germany. They've slowed things down time and time again. I think there's going to be a VAR check here, because as Goetze received the ball, he did bounce between a couple of players, and I think they're wanting to check there was no handball here, because Mario Goetze believed there was. So it's headed away, and as it drops to Goetze, there's a couple of challenges in on him. There's no handball there. And it's Japan's number 9. The VAR check's finished. There was nothing in there. I didn't think there was. It was Japan's number 9, Mitoma, who was in an argument with Mario Goetze, who felt it was a handball. It wasn't. He's kept it by his side and gone in and won the ball very cleanly. Into the final 4 minutes we go then. And the Japanese fans in great voice. Three and a half minutes left. But we know there'll be a huge chunk of added time. Germany again. Gnabry with a nice touch over his man to get it to Raum. Raum plays it back to the centre circle for Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck's got a teammate by his side. It's Füllkrug who he uses. It's now back with Rudiger. Everybody camped in the Japan half now for Germany. Chipped forward by Schlotterbeck into the box. Headed on, but there's nobody but blue shirts there. It's headed away, and then headed away again by Endo. And then Hoof clear, but out for a Germany throw midway through their own half on this near side. 3 minutes to go. Germany 1, Japan 2. And I have to say, I don't think there'll be a huge amount of added time in this game, because there hasn't really been anything of note. There's been the substitutions and the goals, of course, and a couple of VAR checks, but nothing strenuously long. No check-in monitors, no physios. Neither side has time wasted. Germany in their 20th World Cup appearance. Second most, well, the second team after Brazil to reach that milestone. And they've always progressed past the first round, apart from, of course, 4 years ago. Are they on track to finish bottom of the group again in consecutive World Cups? And for Japan, it's their 7th consecutive World Cup appearance, a run that stretches back to 1998. It's the second longest run of consecutive participations by an Asian nation, behind South Korea's current run of 10, which includes this tournament. So Germany get us back underway. And we have got 90 seconds of the 90 remaining. The ball goes past the halfway line to Kimmich. Kimmich has got space, but everybody's camped behind him. Plays it back to Rudiger on the halfway line. He plays it to the right-hand side for Sule. Sule in to Goretzka. Kimmich back to Sule. Goretzka again. Hoffman seen out by Mitoma. Germany want to make another substitution. And it is that man I was telling you about earlier, Mukoko, who Haaland said at the age of 15 was the best 15-year-old he'd ever seen. He turned 18 just a few days ago and replaces Gnabry to make his World Cup debut for Germany. What can he do here? Ball comes into the box, headed goalwards and wide. It was Füllkrug, the man with the header, and it wasn't an experienced header, shall we say. And I will just emphasise this because it's not very often I get things right, but at 1-1 I said I fancied Japan to go on and get a second because they just played so positively, created so many chances, they just weren't getting them on target, and the first shot on target they had led to an open goal that was put over the bar and should have been an equaliser. Minutes later, their second shot on target led to the goal from the rebound, and you just knew now they'd started finding the target, they would hit the back of the net again. We are now into 7 minutes of added time. Germany have 7 minutes to avoid embarrassment. Japan are 7 minutes away from a historic moment and another massive moment in this World Cup campaign already. We've already had more 0-0 draws than the last World Cup in this tournament, and we're already on, day 4, day 5, and we've already surpassed that. But at the same time, we've also had more world-class upsets. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina 2-1, and Japan doing the same here against Germany as it stands. What a World Cup this has been on the pitch, I should emphasise already. Germany here, everybody bar Manuel Neuer is in the Japan half here. Here's Rudiger in the centre circle, the furthest man back of any outfield player. Plays it forward, it's now pushed out to the right-hand side for Sule. And Makoko can't get the ball down the line. It's out for a Germany throw-in though, and now a Japan defender has gone down with cramp. And this does look like a way to just break up the play. But I'm going to be careful because I saw a fellow commentator yesterday being very critical of, I think it was Saudi Arabia against Argentina, saying they were playing every trick in the book, and it actually was a very, very nasty collision with the head and the goalkeeper's knee. So let's be careful we don't speak too quickly, but he is back on his feet now, and Germany get us back underway. They play from right to left. It's now back in the Germany half, just past the halfway line with Schlotterbeck. Across to Rudiger, who's on the edge of the centre circle. Now Sule, linked up by Kimmich. Back to Kimmich again. 2 minutes of the 7 gone. Oh, and it's a loose ball given away, and now there's a chance here for Japan. They get past Rudiger, and then he slows his run down, waiting for a teammate to join him, and does. Plays it to the right-hand side. Here's Dohan, who scored the equaliser. Plays it into the middle for Endo. Endo tries to make some way into the box, but he's lost the ball, and now Germany back in possession. But they have lost 25 seconds there of added time in that error. They can't afford to keep wasting time. On the halfway line here is Kimmich, and he looks to play a long ball into the box and pumps it forward. It's flicked on, and the chance here for the youngster Makoko. Picks it up on the edge of the box on the left-hand side, plays it in low to the 6-yard box. It's turned back. Oh, and it's a great challenge to win the ball back. For a minute, it looked like Germany were going to get level. Goretzka had the ball. He hesitated, though, before he took the shot, and it was a good win from a Takura. He got the ball away. And now there's a bit of an argument between the two players, I think. Are they appealing for they're appealing for a foul here. And wow, I've seen them given. It would be soft. It's Mario Götze who's looking to receive the ball in from Makoko, and as he turns to face his back towards goal, the challenge comes in from Yoshida, and he's claiming it was a foul. VAR check has said there's nothing to it, and I think that would have been a very harsh decision indeed. Ball comes out to the left-hand side for Raum. He looks to get the ball in. It's blocked at source and out for a throw-in. 3.5 minutes gone of added time. We're now halfway through the 7 minutes. Raum urging the ball boys to give him the ball as quickly as they can. He's got the ball in hand. He takes 2 run-ups, though. So any time advantage he gained, he lost by the 2 run-ups. He throws it down the line for Schlotterbeck. He plays it to Rudiger, who goes from distance 40 yards out, and it's about 14 yards wide of the near post. And that is a chance gone, well, a chance that could have been for Germany if he'd played the ball into the box. 4 minutes of added time gone. 3 to go. Germany 1, Japan 2. And it's been a really poor run of tournaments. We've talked about the last World Cup, but in the Euros they were kicked out to the round of 16, of course. Before that, they were just ever-present. 7 semi-finals out of 8 between 2002 and 2016, and won the 2014 World Cup. And it's been downhill since then, it's fair to say. Germany again on the halfway line. It's a long ball pumped forward and headed on. Drops at the edge of the box. Kindly for the shot. It's just wide. Oh, it's just agonisingly wide for Germany. And they've found their route to goal in the last couple of minutes, but it's too little too late. They're playing it long to the edge of the box, nodding it down and setting it for the volley. But both efforts have gone wide so far. It was Hoffmann this time with the effort. Close but no cigar. Into the final 2 minutes of added time. Long ball down the right-hand side. Flicked on for Japan as they try and get round the back once again. It's headed away by Germany though. And now in the centre circles. Chipped forward. Headed away beautifully by Endo and again turned away. Japan just booting it away every time. What a slide challenge that is to get the ball away on the halfway line. And Neuer's had to come all the way out his box and just get there in time. That nearly caused a problem for Germany. Beautiful play again. It was Ito, the man who spearheaded that. Great stuff. It's gone out on the far side here for a throw-in. And we've got 70 seconds left of added time. Well, all the talk leading into the game was about Manuel Neuer and the armband. The talk afterwards is going to be about the shock defeat. The armband, incidentally, they said they probably will wear against Spain because the yellow cards won't carry through into the round of 16. Germany now have a free kick, though, on the far side. Manuel Neuer has come up for this. And we have 30 seconds of the original 7 minutes allocated on the board. And the free kick's about 20 yards from the byline, 5 yards in from the touchline. Referee just having a word with the players in the box. And he's now asking the one-man Japanese wall to move back a couple of feet to be 10 yards away. But he's disagreeing. He's saying that I think it's Minamino. The one-man Japanese wall to move back a couple of feet to be 10 yards away. He's disagreeing. He's saying that I think it's Minamino, in fact, saying actually I don't need to move back, but he's been forced back by the shaving foam. We are now past the original 7 minutes, but as we know in this World Cup, we will play what was left. And it's Kimmich over the ball. Puts it into the box, into the middle. It's headed goalwards, comes to the far post and blocked. As Sule looked to try and turn it in. Endo punches the air in celebration. There's two Japanese players down, one with cramp and one with an impact injury, I think. And he's turned behind for a German corner. And this could well be the last chance for Germany. It was a good delivery right in the middle on the edge of the 6-yard line. And some resilient defending from Japan. And the whole dugout ran towards the pitch celebrating as if that was the final whistle. Germany 1, Japan 2 in the 98th minute. We had 7 added on. We've nearly finished the 8. The corner comes in to the far post, punched away by the goalkeeper. Germany scampering back to get the ball as quickly as they can, and they have done. It's out to the right-hand side. Is there one last chance here? 99th minute of the game now. Turned out for a German throw-in on the far side. And the referee's blown the final whistle. And it is a historic victory for Japan. These two sides have never met in competitive action before. They've never been a first-half goal before. And Japan have their first ever victory against Germany in their first ever competitive meeting. And what a victory it is. Germany took the lead in the first half from the penalty spot.